Welcome to the Midday News. This bulletin is across Ghana, including A1 Radio in Bolga, Tanga, Radio Max in Takrade. You can also download the My Joy Online app. From President Akufo-Addo finally releases much anticipated list of deputy ministerial nominees. Analysis of the new names and what they offer. Government rubbishes risk assessment report that alleges millions of...
Said us when they were compiling this report. I don't know how they came up with these figures, whether they just...
Communications and Digitalization Minister, as well as the group Community Development Alliance, which put together this report. Ghana private road transport operators and deaths from accidents in the country so far.
Accidents here by Ushe, the Sa Tresa Economy, Ukadano Yenwa, Emnaman numbers no Krakosro.
To curb road accidents in the country. In sports,
breakaway European Super League can no longer go ahead after the withdrawal of the 6 Premier League clubs.
In a quest to set aside 90-day sentence imposed by Secretary.
Before she was incarcerated.
That... This is your home of bold and fierce. The president earlier today submitted to the speaker Alban Babing, as well as some new entrants. Shortly, we'll get some reactions from some of the nominees. But first, my colleague Joseph out by the president.
And so first, we start from that of the Minister of Terms of the list of deputy ministers. First, the Finance Ministry again. Abna Osaya Sari is appointed. She used to be at that ministry. She's going back there. John Amputua Kuma. It's a new name that is going to the Finance Ministry. Ahmed Amin Adam, William Oreku Edu, Andrew Ejapa Mesa, Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development, Augustine Collins in team, Osai Bonsu Amwa, Martin Eje Mensa Kosa. There's Miss Dinah Asunaba Dapa and Mr. Alfred. Education, Johnny Tim Fojo, Gifty Chum Subio and George Milku Duka. Roads and Highways, Mavis and Kansa, Kofi Amankwa Menu, Nana. That's for interior noun, Nana Eya Kwansa. Communications and Digitalization, Ama Puma Boating. Works and Housing as the Deputy Minister. Sanitation and Water Resources, Amidu Ishaiku Chinya is the Deputy Minister there. Zurewa Abudu is the Deputy Minister. Employment and Labour, Opoku Bobie.
Okay, so thank you very much, Joseph Akable, walking us through that list that's put out by the president earlier today. So 29 sector ministers, 2 ministers of state, 16 regional. Analysis on this. He joins us via Zoom. So Evans, obviously some persons like the former Deputy Information Minister Pius Hajide was not included among others. What's your assessment of the names that
we heard from the grapevine when it comes to his second term? I'm going to see a slimmer number. And so if you look at it and have 2 deputies, now we have only 1. And the name of this individual is an interesting. During the Supreme Court hearing, we are talking about Fatima to Abubakar. That's one of the first broad overarching, themes I begin to see in this. But the president again is giving a lot of, he's putting a lot of faith in the youth, right? And we know the president is big on loyalty. But there are a few names. Of course, as we're looking at it today, it's true that John Kuma is a deputy finance minister. And we know John Kuma is a staunch activist in the party way before they came into government. And this is a really significant rise. And to think that he's knocked off somebody like, the MP for Obuasi, for example. And against many say for a while. And this is again a reward for his loyalty. I knew he wanted something in doing this, that if you be loyal and simply, in essence,
acting at finance. But let's look at trades and industry, for instance. No Ahum Kalinse or Carlos Ahenkra. Energy not appointed. 2 new faces as deputy ministers. Are the Agric minister? You remember Major Derek Odro? He's not been appointed.
He went a whole 4 years, a whole term, without a major reshuffle. I mean, he kept to his guns throughout the period, which really we haven't seen a president do before. And so it isn't really a surprise that when it came to the ministry, not a big surprise there. Again, if you look at the substantive ministerial list that he put out, this is confirmed, it has been confirmed now, A lot of the Duncan links in.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he got bitten quite significantly.
And please hold on and stay with us. That's the head of our political desk. We're looking at the names, but one of the deputies alongside Mohammed Amin Adam. Thank you very much for your time, gentlemen, here on the Midday News. I'll start with you, Andre Japamesa. So this is some reaction to this appointment at the Energy Ministry.
Well, let me say good afternoon to your cherished viewers. I'm sure we are all aware of the issues that is confronting us as we speak, has led to some power challenges that we are facing. And so clearly the ministry ought to deal with. I guess that the Excellency the President, because of my own responsibility for energy in executing the mandate of the President, as has been outlined, one of the people who he has nominated and with a blessing.
As a Deputy Energy Minister, beyond just coming from the West, help with the power challenge that we are facing as a country at this point, what exactly are you...
Which we all know we have in excess because of the has put our energy generation at in excess of 5,000 that then transmits the 40. So consistently over the years we've not invested as much, even though some work is going on there. That is necessary, it's critical to ensure that...
Okay. Well, he's heading to the Finance Ministry as a deputy as well. Your Finance Ministry, you're going to be assisting Mr. Ken Oforiatta. What exactly...
Very much. Let me take the opportunity to thank his aunt and to serve this country. Like you rightly stated, he now go and join the team at the Finance Ministry and to support... Honorable Abna Sare, and let me also thank my brother who used to be there, Honorable Kweku Kwati, and obviously is to help in the team at the Finance Ministry to as a communicator. The Finance Ministry background as a lawyer and a communicator, I will be able to help execute the vision of his sector.
For your time, we wish you all the best, and we look forward to the nominees to the Office of Attorney General and Ministry of Justice.
You may not know you. Who is Alfred Tiayabwa?
Yes, I'm a young man, if I put that way, privately Ghana, and I'm also the president of the Ghana Bar Association in the Bono East and the Half regions. I've been a member of the MPP since 1996, and I've served in various capacities in the party, especially in the Bono region.
Saying that you'll be paying attention to once you go through the process and you take office eventually.
Public service as my prayer, that I serve with diligence, integrity, and hard work.
Still on via Zoom. So Evans, I'll take your concluding remarks as we await a top story later today.
The president was going to reshuffle the pack, and again, he had an imperative to have a slimmer government. And I guess going forward, listen, first of all, 30s, late 30s, early 40s, late 40s. That for me is going to be a critical thing in a way that he will, again, this is about legacy for him. Handy and trench. And
Gifty Mensah is still there at the Health Ministry. But we look forward to top story later with Evans Mensah. Thank you very much. That's the head of our political desk, bringing us more details on that deputy ministerial nominees list. Is now in government has rubbished a risk assessment report that a public policy advocacy group, Community Development Alliance, lists the contract for the COVID-19 testing.
It's a public policy, advocacy, and community development organization need of the ordinary people.
Executive Director of the group, Salifo Canton, explains the methodology for the risk assessments.
This work has to do report that we are looking, the topic that we are looking at. We have to do a review of documentation, review other civil society actors. So it was a very thorough.
Awarded to unregistered companies to produce PPEs without tender. The COVID-19 testing carried out by Frontiers Healthcare Solutions is also mentioned. The group says that with funds of $1.2 million meant for the payment of 900 contract tracers employed by the Ghana Health Service to work on case detection, contact tracing and reporting in companies.
Well, Executive Director of the group, Salifu Isifu Kantong, says the report seeks to get answers to...
is to use this basically to trigger our government responsiveness in providing more information. We'll be happy if government can provide adequate information to say that, yes, we did go through this, yes, there is this documentation, these were the suppliers, this was the procedure we used in getting those contracts, and those procedures some body of facts. They may not be conclusive. That is how come it is a corruption risk assessment report. Now, those who have the info needed, so we are putting it out for the public to consume. And for me, this is how we build a healthy society.
and Digitalization Minister Esilo Owusu-Ekufo says the report is absolutely false. She spoke on Prime Morning with Daniel Dancy on the Joy Prime channel.
What I have, which is absolutely false. No contract has been awarded for that amount. I've also seen such figure put out as the amount spent for the launch of the app. That's also a segment of somebody's imagination. Tight. So I'm surprised that this organization, which claims it's putting together corruption, will elevate speculation by rumors and non-reports and use that to impugn the integrity of this government and malign it.
Technologies and Ascend Digital Solutions. Is that the case?
Working with the National Board of Government.
That's Communications and Digital Nominees list that has been presented. And later, actress Ekuapim Polo granted 80,000 CDs.
Your duty anywhere as a normal.
Well, for now, the death of the statement, and I'll read excerpts of that. It says the European Super League is convinced the current status quo workout proposal is aimed at allowing the sport to evolve while generating resources and stability for the full football pyramid, including helping to materially enhance solidarity payment to all projects, always having in mind our goals of offering the fans the best experience. European Super League. We are back to the UEFA Champions League.
Wow, what a situation.
Saves lives. Drive safe.
Times roads, over 800 people have died through road accidents, making it the #1 killer in the country. The committee is today meeting, which has every intention to end the menace.
The recent spate of accident on our roads, we share ideas and see how we can deal with this matter. There are so many issues that the union or the group has.
Drive Safe. That's part of our Drive Safe campaign here at the Multimedia Group. Time to go around the country, and Hannah Odame joins me in studio with it.
Yeah, MFA, some mourners have gathered at month, and Ivy Setoji is at the funeral grounds, and she's been speaking to some of the mourners.
She's a very respectful lady. I was shocked with some positive result. That's what we are looking for. She started leading song in church, and then we know Kafi to be the extrovert type. When you hear, she will tell you in the face, not at your back.
There is brewing tension at that so in the Fantiakwa. Residents claim that they had their own chiefs until recently, when one man, Openyi Bosumpim, emerged in the town as a chief of hampering development in the area.
These things have been going on, and we got the land belong to us, and the court have given a judgment effect to that. Now we're going to regard him as a chief.
So that's the situation. Ekuapim Polo to an 80,000 cedis bill with 2 sureties to be just.
Duty anywhere as a normal human being. She's getting a bill in the sum of 80,000 cedis with 2 sureties. She's supposed to report to the police, and that has to be done by her lawyers. We have to apply formally by a motion.
The lawyer Andrew,
I will stay in prison for that 90 days and take petition or presidential pardon. That's a rhetorical
positions. Elevates Charles Dubois. Murder suspect claims he mistook aeronautical engineer for a pig at a com. Do visit it now also. Living with.